Hi guys. So today we're going to be going over 5 of the mediums that you can use if you're a beginner and intermediate artist to draw with. So let's go. Now as we go through this video, I'm going to be showing you drawings that I made with the medium that I'm talking about. So if I'm talking about graphite, then I'm going to show you a graphite drawing I made. We're going to be talking about colored pencil in this video too, so I'm going to show you a drawing I made with colored pencil. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first medium we're going to be talking about is graphite, mainly because probably y'all have the most experience with it. It's basic, it's simple, and everyone knows how to draw with it. So I'm going to put up a steer that I did a little bit ago, probably about now. But the advantages to using graphite is that, again, it's very basic. There's not much complicated to it. Pretty much you only have to learn the different types of pencils and then you're good. Graphite is also very easy to erase, and it doesn't require a specific type of paper. Like say watercolor, which you need watercolor paper to draw on. You can draw graphite on pretty much anywhere. Graphite is also really easy to shade with because you can just use different types of pencils and you can get different types of values, as opposed to something like charcoal where you have to layer and try to use different types of charcoal that might not be very easy to remember. And also that's why, at least in my opinion, graphite is probably the best thing to start with, and even for experienced artists, it's probably the best medium to use just because it's really simple and really easy. So the second medium we're going to be talking about is charcoal. And charcoal is a lot like graphite because it's black and white, but you can cover a really large distance with charcoal that you can't really with graphite. So I'm probably going to put a drawing up of the dog I made with charcoal right about now. Also, charcoal, you can get that same contrast that you can with graphite. I would say it's probably even more pronounced with charcoal because of the different types, and you have vine charcoal, and then that's a little bit darker than the other types of charcoal and all that. Alright, so the third medium we're going to be talking about is going to be colored pencil. And this is probably the one that I'm going to recommend after you move on from graphite. Like, once you get the hang of the basics of making drawings with graphite, you should move on to colored pencil. Just because it is very simple, just like graphite, but you can use color, so that makes it a little bit more complicated. So the thing is with colored pencil, opposed to graphite, there's a lot more like blending. So you're going to have to use different shades to make different values. So you might combine a peach leaning towards yellow with a peach leaning towards pink to make a like pure peach. So it does teach you a little bit of those, and those are fundamentals for drawing, which is why I would recommend colored pencil. Additionally, colored pencil can teach you to use things like burnishing and total burnishing and all that jazz, and you could use colorless blender with colored pencil, and that will teach you a little bit more about the different materials you can use to make a drawing. So the fourth medium I'm going to be talking about, and probably the hardest to get a hang of on this list, is going to be alcohol marker. And as with alcohol marker, it's good to pair with micron pen, but we're not talking about that in this video. But just alcohol marker alone, you have to deal with bleed and also different shades of colors, just like colored pencil. So that makes it a little bit more complicated than all the other ones. And also the thing with alcohol marker is that you can make it not bleed by using heavyweight non-bleed paper, but that can be more expensive than just regular copy paper or watercolor paper, which makes this one of the more expensive options. Other than that, this does draw like regular marker. It's just that you can get more fine lines and also more range of values that you can use on your drawings. And the last thing we're going to talk about, and probably my favorite medium to use, is Sharpie. The reason I personally like Sharpie is because it's really fun to shade with. And there are a lot of techniques too, like you can use stitching, hatching, or cross hatching. If you want to learn more about that, then you can watch my How to Shade with Sharpie Like a Pro video, and I'm going to link that. And for disadvantages of Sharpie, mainly it is a little bit hard to get the hang of shading just because you don't have a range of values. It's either black or white. Also, this is one of the cheaper options because you can use any type of paper and Sharpies are pretty cheap. So there's that. Also, Sharpie, you do have to deal with a little bit of bleed, but not nearly as much as alcohol marker. So that's also a reason why I like Sharpie. Anyway, so that's going to be the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you can. It would really help me. And I'll see you on the next one.